Welcome to the Brewview, brought to you by the Workshop. My name is T.
My name's Jesse.
In this episode, we'll actually be reviewing a beer from the Alpine Beer Company called Nelson. Nelson has a bit of a cult following. People actually seek it out on their website to determine where they can actually get this beer on draft because it's supposedly that great of a tasty beer.
It is. Nelson, or Alpine, rather, is located in the foothills of San Diego, just east.
Just east of San Diego,
Of
correct.
San Diego.
We were just in San Diego this last weekend, and we wanted to take a trip to Alpine because we hear so much about their beer. Yeah, we're not able to do them, but we did manage to swing by the Green Flash Brewery, and actually, while you're in the Green Flash Brewery,
You can get yourself some Nelson.
you can actually go ahead and try all the Alpine beers there, like Duet, which is another fantastic.
Yeah, I want to say
IPA
they had like
make.
4 or 5 Alpine brews
Yeah, and some
on tap there.
sours. Yeah.
Yeah, and some sours.
All
Absolutely.
right, Jesse, you want to go ahead and tell them what the can says and.
Sure.
Go ahead and
So it's Nelson or nothing. That's what the can says. This is Nelson or nothing. Alpine Brewery is the home of hoppiness. For those of you that are aware of Alpine Brewery, you probably already heard that before. But this Nelson can is the one and only named for the tropical New Zealand hop varietal. That's the Nelson.
That's the Nelson Sauvin hop.
That's
that
their
they
hop.
actually gets the name from.
Right. It's unfiltered, slow hued. It's a golden rye IPA, and they say that this is legendary. 7% alcohol by volume.
I would say those people that actually follow this beer and actually chase it down to where they can get it on tap, they would say it's definitely legendary. I had it turned on to me by some friends, and they said, you really got to try this beer. They told me that it leans more towards the piney, not so much the skunky. I'm a pine guy, and that's why they told me.
We'll find out soon. Soon enough.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take an opportunity to look at some of this can art. You can put on the body cam for me real quick, Jess?
Sure.
You guys see that the colors on the can are pretty indicative of like the earthy tones I'm hoping that we're going to get out of this. But basically, all of their beer has the giant Alpine logo on it. This is actually a 7%er, so I think we're in for a nice, robust, good 6-packer.
Right there in the middle of the road for an IPA. IPAs typically tend to range from about 6.5 and or your Imperials over 8. But this one's right there middle of the road. I think that, a couple of these during the daytime and you'll be feeling good. Yeah, let's go ahead and crack this sucker open and pour it and take a look at the head cam.
Beautiful.
Let's get our pour going here.
I like the hue that I'm getting out of this. It seems like it's a very light-bodied beer. Well carbonated. I'm getting quite ahead as I'm pouring. I'm not really trying to overdo it any.
I think we're getting like maybe a pinky of head, maybe half a pinky. No brain? No? Not funny?
No brain. Definitely no brain in this
Not
beer.
funny, not an animaniac, huh?
Without further ado, what I'd like to do is turn on the light. If you guys look at the camera right now, you're going to start to see the different size bubbles.
Looks like some good carbonation, definitely not over-carbonated.
Right, so it's certainly not overcarbonated, though the camera really isn't showing it to you because the body of this beer is a little bit heavy. But there's lots of streamers of bubbles all throughout the glass happening. So this is probably a well-carbonated beer.
Yeah, I like that the bubbles are inconsistent. You definitely don't want to see, all the same bubble sizes, same consistency, same frequency. That's never a good thing when you're looking at a beer in a
All right,
light.
well,
Yeah.
let's shut off all the cams and everything, and let's go ahead and put this one to our nose.
Almost got a taste there. You did
I got
too.
a little head, man. I got a little head. That's kind of weird.
So I get a little bit of citrus, just a little, subtle.
Yeah, so maybe like a real light splash of grapefruit or something,
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I would guess citra hop or something, but
So the citrus tend to be a little bit more citrusy. I don't know if that actually derives the name or not, but
yeah, I don't get much pine. The aroma is very crisp. It's light. The beer itself,
very light-bodied.
very light-bodied. I almost want to say it looks, like a hazy-ish,
Yeah.
but I don't believe that there's any oats or flakes or husks or anything that was used in this beer. So I'm assuming that when I taste it, I'm not going to get any of that like juicy haziness out of it.
Let's go ahead and put this one in the mouth and see what we think.
Well, there's the pine. I think we'll call it Alpine. instead of Alpine.
But there's definitely a lot of pine there. I also get some mild citrus. I can't identify the citrus in it. And I also get a lot of toasted nut or something in there.
Definitely just a very subtle citrus. Definitely a lot of evergreen trees.
On that scale, on the hop scale, when we have the we have the pine trees on one side and the skunks on the other side. Where are you kind of leaning? 5 on either direction, of course being the center.
We'll go Alpine.
Alpine. That's Alpine Brew Company, right?
Alpine Brew Company.
I've had some really piney beers. So this isn't super piney for me, so I'm not swinging the 5. I'm going to probably say it's about 3 into the pine.
I think I get a little bit of skunk on the back note. Don't really taste it up front, but once it sits there and lingers on the palate a little bit, you get a little bit of skunk.
Yeah, that's where you kind of catch like a weird citrus and like a toasted barley or something, and then maybe like a little skunk. But your initial hit is purely pine.
Yeah, it's purely pine. I'm all pine, not Alpine.
Yeah, all pine on this one. Jesse, on the crushable scale, as far as this particular type of beer goes, this is an IPA. Again, it is a 7%er.
Yeah, for a 7% IPA, I'll give this one about maybe a 4 or 5 on the crushable scale.
Oh, I really enjoyed this beer, so 7 to 8 to me.
Yeah,
easily. But I mean, everybody's taste buds are different, so.
Yeah, I think I'm around a 5, maybe 4. I'm not a big fan of the super piney stuff. Definitely a drinkable beer. Definitely a lighter IPA for summertime.
Oh, I agree 100%, man. I think it's a really good beer. I think Alpine has proven that they have a legendary beer in this Nelson beer.
We got some field trips coming up as soon as COVID releases, a little bit here. Its grasp on our availability to actually be inside these breweries and speak with the owners. We'll be doing a little bit more of that.
Absolutely, guys. Just remember something. You can always ring the bell. You can always subscribe and do all those type of things. And stay followers of our show because there's lots of content on its way.
If there's any beers you want us to do a review on specifically, feel free to put that down there in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.